evening, everybody, and welcome to the beautiful show we got going on tonight for you. Now, I know a lot of you are probably watching that big boxing match, but hey, if you're not, you're here, you're hanging out with us, and I thank you for that. Now, guys, we've got a very cool show for you guys. Bunch of great products at a very amazing deal. It's probably the best price guaranteed, of course, with that, as you see in that banner. Now, for the rest of you guys, always click the apply the discount on the page button as well, because there are a lot of discounts on those pages for you as well on top of it. Now, like always, guys, we're going to be showing you guys a bunch of different varieties of power stations, starting off with some smaller ones and moving into some bigger ones. And we're also going to try to not cough too much tonight. Got a slight tickle in my throat most of the night. Darthman, what's up, buddy? What's up? Now I can actually pop over here and kind of show you guys that little beauty on hand. We will be showing that, of course, as well. The big old 5,000 that has just released. So we're going to be showing that off in a little bit. But first and foremost, we're going to start off with the 100 plus power station. Now, this is that beautiful 100 plus power station. 99 watt hours of power, 31,000 milliamps, and Lois, good evening and welcome to the show. Guys, like I said, we'll get into this. Let me do my little spiel. Let's backtrack. Let's do this. Guys, there are a bunch of discounts. First and foremost, that's that 5% off discount code for you guys there if you spend over a certain amount, of course, with that. Now, you're also going to see a bunch of those spending codes down there in the bottom as well, but we'll also have Lois post those for you in chat on top of that. Now, there's that little cough. Like I said, guys, little tickle in the throat. We'll get through this. Now, the 100 plus 2-pound package, 99 watt hours of power, 31,000 milliamps of beautiful, beautiful LiFePro 4 cell technology. Now, with it, it is, of course, palm sized and is TSA approved. This can actually go through an airplane or, of course, airplane or airport checkpoints the TSA tests out. Then on this, you have 2 USB-C ports, 100 watts max charging capable in and out. You also have a USB-A port at 18 watts max on top of that. Now with this, you should be able to charge your iPhone 14 about 6 times. Now, if you want to, you guys can run a Nintendo Switch for about 14 hours or a Nintendo Switch and a portable monitor for 13 and a half hours. This thing is a beautiful little piece of technology. Guys, you can plug in your tablets, your MacBooks if you want to as well to get a little bit of a charge on this on top. On the bottom, silicone pads and a QR code. That QR code is actually going to help you guys download and install, of course, the warranty with this. Now, because they all do come with a warranty. With this, of course, you guys are going to get some cabling. That is a USB-C to USB-C cable, 100 watts pass-through cable. It's also going to come with, of course, the USB-C to DC adapter as well. Now, you guys just seen that we just posted all of those codes. First and foremost is that 1000 V2. If you guys get the 1000 V2, you guys can get it for $403 tonight with, of course, that code up to 50% off. Now, you also can see, of course, the 1000 V2 and solar panels and get that, of course, for $697. You can also see the 2000 V2 for, of course, $809. Great little price point there. So, a bunch of cool discounts with this. Guys, the 100 Plus, nice, portable, lightweight. This is going to be great for, of course, trips, cars, trains, whatever you really want. This is going to power what you need as you need to do it in a palm-sized package. I mean, I like this. Definitely light enough that you guys could, play football with. No, don't play football with this, guys. Yes, it could fall, but you don't want to do that with that. And you guys see I was just tossing it around because it's that light. And that's just showing you guys how light this is and how versatile this is. If you guys wear some, let's say, Jinko jeans, you guys can definitely put this in that back pocket and carry it around with you. So if you guys need the 100 plus power station. Any questions about that power station, please definitely ask. We're here to answer. Now, with that being said, we're going to move on to the 240 V2. Now, V2 version 2. Now, 240 V2 is a really cool little piece, and I'm going to actually grab this, switch my hat backwards, and we're going to move into a different range. This is the 240 V2. The 240 V2 is over 256 watt hours of power in a little package of this size. Now, 256 watt hours of power is going to allow you to do a bunch of cool stuff. But because it's V2, it's got what's called Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 is going to allow you to fully charge this in under 1 hour's charge rate with that. Now, it is, of course, a LifePo cell system and does have, of course, this beautiful little handle for you guys as well. Hello, Jay. How are you doing, Black Mom? Now, with the, you get one AC outlet that does 300 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 600 if need be. You also have two USB-C ports. One's a 100-watt port, the other is a 15-watt port, and you have a USB-A 18-watt port above that. Then you have a 12-volt 10-amp DC plug and a flashlight on the opposite side. Now, this is kind of cool because a 1 hour charge rate, 256 watt-hours of power. This is going to allow you to run a bunch of cool stuff on hand with a simplified 10-watt Bluetooth speaker over 16 hours of runtime. 4 of your DJI drone batteries. 3 hours on your laptop or 12 cell phone charges. Now, you guys have a few different ways of charging it and running it. First and foremost, large wall plug if you really want to. Now, that wall plug is going to allow you to charge it in 1 hour charge rate with that, and that's actually kind of cool. Or if you guys want to use the USB-C port on the front, 2 hours fully charged, you're up and running. Rachel, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that over there. Now, with this, of course, it is a 240V2, so it means it works with the app. The app is Android and iOS based. That means you guys can turn on these pieces and turn them off. You guys can also see the battery charge and, of course, the voltage and, of course, temperature. Now, they do have an intelligent battery management system inside. This will allow you to run a 45-watt house fan for about 4 hours of runtime, or a 90-watt mini fridge for 2 hours, or a 5-watt light bulb for over 20 hours of runtime, or even that flat screen TV that's behind us for approximately 4 hours too. If you just need to keep your modem running, your cable modem, 14 hours is where you're at with that 15-watt cable modem. That's actually a good runtime with this. This is a simplified piece that, of course, can be carried and taken pretty much anywhere. Now, for $179, you got a great price point, but if you really want to, I'm going to tell you guys to pair it up with the Mini 40 solar panel, which I am actually trying to... So this would be the Mini 40 solar panel. This is a cool little piece. This package totally weighs approximately 11 pounds in total weight. Couple pounds here, 8 pounds here. You have 11 pounds total or less with this. Now, the Mini 40 solar panel is, of course, 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, ½ inch thick, fully waterproof, water resistant, and is going to allow you to fully charge this in approximately 7 hours. So that's actually a really good little piece and a great combo if you're looking for. This is kind of cool. So the 240V2, beautiful little station. Now, before we move off of the 240V2, I'm going to show you guys the panel a little more because it is actually a really cool panel. Because it can fit in your backpack, but it does stretch out there. So when you get it, it stretches out, and of course you're going to have that beautiful little monocrystalline solar cells to grab that beautiful light. If you guys want to, like kind of sunbathe, yeah, I guess you guys could do that as well. I mean, it's not going to help you sunbathe, but you can do that. I miss price protection policy. The products on the promotional page are eligible for price protection in place. You order between now and over. Oh, wow. Hey, definitely really cool. So I'm going to kind of read this, guys. So Jackery is doing a price protection policy for you guys. The product on the promotion pages are eligible for protection if you place an order between now and November 6th and December 2nd, and find that the price is lower at a different date during that time. You can come back and get it compared and get a promotional price guarantee and fixed. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. So that's actually very, very cool that they're doing that for you. So if you guys buy it now and you find out within a couple of weeks that, it dropped a little lower, reach out to the service, tell them that, and your price guarantee will be matched. Hey, Phil, what's up, buddy? What's up, my friend? Hey, Phil, you want to do this show for me, buddy? Hey, I didn't think so. I'm not. I am not. We're not even going to talk about it. I'm over here. I'm not watching it. I'm over here. I'm not watching it. Any questions about that, guys, whatsoever, please definitely ask. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pop this up. We're going to actually drop this down. We're going to show you guys the table. Now, the next product is actually going to be the 300. Now the 300 is a cool little piece of technology for you guys. Now the 300 is actually in the middle of the table. 293 watt hours of power in a little 8-pound package of weight. Let's go into this. This is like $199, normally $259. 7 pounds is all it really weighs, under 8 pounds. Now, 293 watt hours of power. Fixed handle, beautiful logo. 2 AC outlets to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 500 if you need be. With this, of course, you guys get dual USB-A ports and a USB-C port. That USB-C port is going to do 60 watts of in and out charging. You also have a DC plug input for your wall power brick, and stuff like that. On the opposite side, you're going to get a 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug with this, and it is going to take about 3.5 hours to fully charge this on a wall plug. If you guys want to use the wall plug and that USB-C together, 2 hours you're up, charged, and running. Now with this device, 293 watt hours of power is going to allow you to run a Nintendo Switch for about 40 hours. Or if you really want to, DSLR batteries on your Sony ZV-E10s or Sony ZV-1s, about 15 to 16 charges. Your drone batteries, of course, about 6 compared to the last one because it's got a little bit of more power. 8 inches tall, 9 inches long, 5 inches wide. It is a perfectly piece to take camping, tripping, or whatever you really want. With it, you guys put it up on your shoulder like a boombox, carry it around, and then you guys can see that beautiful orange siding, of course, with the air vents to allow the battery to stay nice and cool. This could technically allow you to run a portable little mini cooler for about 4.5 hours if you want, or the flat screen TV for about 4.5 hours as well. This is perfectly set. Someday. You are definitely slacking, my friend. Definitely. I've been slacking too. So this is cool. I like the 300. The 300 is going to do very well for a lot of people. It's going to be perfectly set. It's going to do what you need as you need to do it. Indoor, outdoor. Again, Class 9 drop protection, fire retardant shells. Comes all the cabling you need. Perfectly placed just in the original housing and, of course, fixture. So that is a 300. If you guys have any questions, please ask them. For some reason, it looks like I did that whole spiel and it did not change the camera, and I'm not sure why my camera's not moving. So we're going to move that over. We're going to talk about the table. We're going to talk about the piece in the middle of that table, the 500. And then we're going to question why. I figured it out. What's up? How are you doing? How is Wiley doing? So guys, what happened was I was still on another camera. It did not switch over, and that's because, well, I forgot to press the button. My bad. Alright, we're going to talk about the 500, guys. 518 watt hours of power in a nice, beautiful little package. Now, just like the 300, this isn't a fixed housing, the original styling and makeup. Now, 518 watt hours of power is going to do very well, but it will take you with this one about 5.5 hours to fully charge it. Either if you're in a car or on a wall plug. If you have a 100 watt solar panel, 7.5 hours is all it's going to take to fully charge this one. Now, you do have a single AC outlet that does 500 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 1,000 for you. Now, you're also going to see that there's 3 USB-A ports. Those USB-A ports are 5 volt 2.4 amps as well. Beside that, you have 3 output ports. Those are DC plugs, and then you have 1 DC input port. On the opposite side, if you guys can't see this, we have a flashlight. The flashlight just does 1 single brightness, or if you hold it down, SOS pattern for you. Now hold it back down and shut it off, and you don't have to worry about it as well. So let's just tap that off and shut it down. Now you do have a display screen and of course all the buttons that you need on a 500 like you would expect from a product of this style. Now the 500 is going to allow you to run different things for longer amounts of time. First and foremost, you guys can run a mini cooler for about 9 hours. If you also want to, you can run that flat screen TV back there for about 7 hours as well. Now, because it's 518 watt hours of power, you should be able to run a laptop about 30 hours or so off of this device. If you want to, though, let's get into this. The 500 should allow you to run a CPAP machine most of the night without an issue. And that is a CPAP machine including the heated hose. So that's beautifully well done. For those of you that want to do like a heated blanket, about 4 hours of runtime on this. If you're a camper, a hiker, or you like to raft, you guys could use an air pump to inflate your mattresses or your inflatable rafts for about 8 hours of runtime. For those of you like Phil that just wants a frozen daiquiri or a mock daiquiri, your blender should run about 50 to 60 minutes without a problem. Now the 500 could also allow you to run, if you really wanted to, your Christmas lighting, your Christmas decorations, or all of these bright lights that are around here that are actually making me sweat today. And I'm not kidding, guys. It is super hot in this apartment with all these lights. And I have a lot more lighting on me today than normal. So with that, of course, the 500 is going to be about $299, normally about a $500 price tag. This is actually a beautiful little piece that's going to do well. And if you want the 500 with, of course, the 100-watt solar panel, I believe it's like $479 on top of that. So just a great option and, of course, a great idea for you. Now, we're going to move into a newer product, and this is going to be the 1000 V2. And when we do this, we're going to pop up here, and you're going to see that the 1000 V2 is actually way, way up there. Now, what I'm going to tell you is over the weekend, I think it's like Sunday or Monday morning, I'm going to attempt to record some new videos of these products in use. Waiting for my wife's friends to actually install all of their inflatable decorations and their lighting this weekend. When they do that, I'm taking the 1000 V2, the 2000 V2, and I'm plugging it into all of their Christmas decorations to run those decorations off of this. Now, with the 1000 V2, the 1000 V2 is about 43% off tonight. It's $459. On the Amazon page, there's a $60 clippable coupon. You're going to get this for about $399. Like, what? Yeah, you heard me right. There's that code on there for that. So, that's actually kind of cool. Now, we were showing you guys there in there that it's showing about, I think, $403, but I'm looking at it on the Amazon page. It says $459 plus a $60 clippable coupon. You're getting it cheaper than that. That's actually a really, really good deal for the 1000 V2. Now, with the 1000 V2, you have 3 AC outlets that are going to do, of course, 1500 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 3000. Now, you have 1070 watt hours of power in a LiFePO 4-cell system. Now, here's where it's going to get kind of cool. You have 2 USB-C ports. One's a 100-watt port, one's a 30-watt port. You also have the 18-watt USB-A port, that 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter above it, and, of course, the flashlight. Flashlight does low brightness, high brightness, and SOS pattern for you. Works with the app. The app is actually really, really cool. So you also have that app that's going to do, of course, a bunch of other stuff. Now, I believe there's also a redeemable coupon code to save another 13% off if you guys purchase, I think it's like a second item or something like that. So you guys could definitely do that as well. 1 hour charge rate in emergency supercharge mode if you use standard AC fast charger, under 2 hours. For those of you that want to do the 22 decibel quiet charging with the 1000 V2, 5 hours is what it's going to take. That's it. And it's really kind of cool. Now, the 1000 V2 will allow you to run and charge off of the 200-watt Solar Sagas. 2 of those. So, 1070 watt hours of power, guys, means you guys can run a low AC for approximately about an hour off of this, and that's actually a really good runtime. 74 cell phone charges, 14 laptop hours, 20 drone batteries. Your Starlink standard, 10 hours to 29 hours, depending on the variation you have. Your mini fridge, about 14 hours, or your router for about 1 week. If you want to do the heated blanket, about 12 hours, or if you guys want to do a house fan for over 23 hours, they got you going. That 5-watt light bulb, about 27 hours. You guys have all of the energy and usage that you could ever want off of this. It is an amazing piece at a very phenomenal price point for it. Now, if you really want, though, you guys can get it with, of course, the solar panel. Now, it is actually on sale, about 42% off tonight, so $749. It is an amazing price point. But if you use the code for the 1000 V2 and the solar panel, you're going to get it for $697. That is an amazing deal and discount for you guys tonight. Now, if you had 2 of those solar panels, you guys could have fully charged in about 3 hours of charge time. With the LifePo 4 cells, you're going to get about 4,000 charge cycles at 100% battery. And then after that, 10 years or 4,000 charge cycles, it's going to drop down to about 70 to 80% capacity. That means it's not going to charge past 70 to 80% like most batteries. Even your car battery loses its charge life after a while. So up to 62 forms of protection, Class 9 and Class 10 certifications with this one, with drop protections, fire retardant shells, and all of the other good stuff that should come in a package of this style. With the app, like I said, guys can control all the switches, you control the lights and everything else in between. It is an amazing piece of technology. Depending on what you want to charge and run, like I said, guys, you have a wide variety with the 1000 V2s, and they're going to do perfectly well for you at a great rate of charge and usage. I love the 1000 V2s. So we had the 1000 V2 by itself and the 1000 V2 with solar panels. Any questions about those, please definitely ask. And Phil, thank you for sharing that, buddy. Now, with that being said, though, we're going to move on to another new product. This is the 2000 V2. Now, the 2000 V2 is actually on the table down here in the corner, in front of the Christmas tree. So we're just going to pop in and we're going to be like, oh, is it Christmas time already? Yeah, kind of. The 2000 V2, 2042 watt-hours of power in a LifePo 4 cell system. Now, with this, it can actually be used as a UPS for 20 milliseconds of switchover time. Now, 2000 V2 has 3 AC outlets that do beautiful 2200 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 4400. 3-prong American style AC outlets means you can plug in pretty much whatever you want and need to plug in. Now, just like the 1000 V2, it's got, of course, 2 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A port. The USB-C ports are going to be a 100-watt port and an 18-watt port, or a 30-watt port, and the 18-watt port is going to be the USB-A port. Now, with it, of course, you got that 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug above it, and, of course, does work with the app. And now, if I really wanted to, we can turn on the app and actually activate the flashlight. So you guys are going to see, of course, the flashlight come on. We do need to, of course, power on the system just like this. So let's power it up. Once that turns on, it's actually powered up and ready to go. We just need to reconnect the Bluetooth real quick. Simplified little option right there. And of course, we are connecting up that Bluetooth. And once it's connected up, we can turn on a flashlight. We can actually go brighter. Or we can hit SOS pattern for you guys with that. Now with it, you can, of course, turn on the AC outlets or you can turn on the DC outlets as well. On the app, you guys can see the battery percentage, and you guys can also see, of course, the very beautiful temperature that it's running at. If you want to, you can also shut off that screen as well with this. And that's where it's really, really cool. Now, if you use that code, the 2000 V2 code, BFOE 2000 V2, you're going to get it for $809 instead of $899. That's actually really, really good price point. Now, what I can also tell you, though, is on Amazon, there's actually a $99 clippable coupon. So, technically, I believe with the clippable coupon, it actually is cheaper than the code. Lois, can you check that for me? So, you have the code that's actually showing $809.06. On Amazon, there's a $99 clippable coupon, which would bring it down to $800 flat. So just want to verify that real quick. Now, with the 2000 V2, they actually did some other cool stuff. First and foremost, it's got what's called cell-to-body technology, or CTB. Cell-to-body technology is actually a honeycomb design, which actually allows the batteries to sit in its own housing. Now, that's where it's actually going to be kind of cool, because it means it actually takes less to build the battery than it used to. So it used to be over a 3-stage process to build the battery. Now it doesn't do that. That also shrinks down the size of the battery casing, so you don't have to be such as large of a housing of the 2000 V2. Now it also helps with share points and everything else in between. Now with it, you have, of course, that 2-hour charge rate and AC fast charging, but if you guys need to do the emergency supercharge under 2 hours is where it's kind of at with that. Now here's another cool idea. 20 decibel charging rate, 5 hours if you want to put it in quiet charging. Now, a bunch of different variations of things you guys can run off of this. Your 1150 watt window AC should be able to run approximately almost 2 hours. Your desktop PC, that's going to be like your 200 watt desktop PC, about 12 hours. Your coffee maker is about 3 hours. Your croaking pots and other variations, 20 milliseconds of UPS is where it's also at with this. Now, kind of cool with it because you guys could do even more stuff if you want to. Your hand drill, about 8 hours. Your water pump or sump pumps, about 20 hours of runtime. Your air pumps, as well as 20 with that on top. For those of you that want to take it and work on the job site, guys, your vacuum cleaners and other devices, about 2.5 hours, depending on the power of those pieces. Heated blanket, up to about 60 hours, and that's actually kind of cool with this. So at a great price point, guys, you're saving a bunch of money and having a bunch of fun with this. Now, we also have the variation in 2 of the 200 watt solar panels. 36% off tonight at $1,599. Because it's over $1,500, you guys can use that 5% code and save another 5% off of the top and save money. Now, with 2 of those 200 watt solar panels, you guys can have it fully charged in under 5.5 hours outside in the sun. That's actually phenomenal. It's a phenomenal charge rate with it as on top. Has that fixed handle, has, of course, large cooling, has drop protection, has the intelligent battery management system. It does weigh approximately about 39 pounds. With, of course, solar panels, it's going to weigh a lot more than that. Just know that. So any questions about the 1000 V2 or the 2000 V2 or 2000 V2 and solar panels? Definitely ask. We're here to answer. I don't see no questions. Barbie of Boston, thank you for the follow and welcome to the show. All right, so since we have no questions with that, we're going to pop up here and we're going to talk about the 3000. Now, the 3000 Pro is a beautiful little power station. This is actually a package deal. Use our live code V2 and the price should be. Oh, okay. So yeah, there you go. So if you use the code, guys, BFOE2000V2, and of course that clippable coupon, it's going to bring it down to $799, so not $809.06. You're going to save a lot more now. That's actually kind of cool. Thank you. Yeah, Lois, I was like, saw the difference, and I was like, we might be a little bit off on our math tonight. But thank you for checking that. Now, let me take a sip of water. All right. Sip of water, cough drop, and all the other cool stuff. All right, here we go. 3000 Pro, 64-pound package. Now, total weight of it and the solar panels is about 102 pounds. Now, you're going to get it and 2 of the 200-watt solar panels in this kit. Normally, it's like a $4,000 price tag. It's $21.99 tonight, but you can also use that 5% off. With this, though, you have, of course, 3,024 watt-hours of power. You have 5 AC outlets. 4 of those are your standard 3 prongs. The larger one is going to be your NEMA plug. This is going to allow up to 120 volts. Now, with it, though, 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power can peak at 6,000 for you. Now, with it, of course, guys, you guys can do a bunch of different stuff, but you also have 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports. The USB-C ports are 100 watts max. The USB-A ports are 18 watts max. You also have a 12-volt 10-amp plug. Because it does weigh a little bit, they actually decided to add wheels and make it look like a suitcase. It has two large 3-inch wheels that's going to allow you to roll it around on pretty much most surfaces. And that's actually pretty phenomenal with that, of course, on hand. Now, with it, of course, you guys can do a bunch of other stuff with this, guys. On a full charge, it's going to take about 2.5 hours to fully charge it on a wall plug. If you have 6 of these solar panels, about 3.5 hours. With that full charge, you should be able to run a 60-watt flat screen TV for about 35 hours, or your 1150-watt 10,000 BTU window AC for about 3 hours of runtime. Your 520-watt refrigerator is going to be able to run for about 5 hours or more, depending on if you open it a lot. For those of you that want to do DIY tools like your welding, TIG, or MIG welders, that 5800 watt device is going to allow you to run for about an hour time off this. Your 400 watt to 800 watt, about 6 hour drill runtime. If you want to do that well pump again, that water pump, about 32 hours, or an angle grinder for 6 hours. Now, the difference is 101 cell phone charges on the iPhone 14s, 15s, or 16s. Your electric tea kettle, your flashlights, your lighting, your projectors, and everything else in between. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal piece. It does weigh a little bit. It will take, guys, if you guys have to lift it up and stuff, it does have large handles, but they do give you the wheels to roll it around and make it easier for you. Do I think the 3000 Pro is worth it? Yes, because it is a very, very beautiful standalone system with a great amount of power at a great price point. Like I said, $21.99 tonight. Use the 5% discount code off of anything over $1,500 and save another 5% off. You can't go wrong with that. Any questions about this? Now, again, the 3000 Pro can work with the app. You can control all of these switches. You can control the run times, screen times, everything from the app. The app is iOS based, so you can get it on your Apple phones or Android like your Samsungs without a problem. You can even put it on your tablets if you want to, or even your PCs if your PC allows for the app control. You have all the accessibility to do all of that without an issue. So that's where it's kind of cool. And I like that capability to do that type of things. Now, with it, I've actually run a lot of different stuff with the 3000 Pro. I've done gaming computers. I've done Xboxes. I even plugged in my stove into it, my microwaves, and other devices. It will run pretty much whatever you could think of on this, and that's where it's really cool. The one thing downside is certain like plugs for your dryers and stuff may not work on this. Just check out the plug and make sure the wattage matches up. Really phenomenal product at a great price point for you. So if you are looking for something like that, the 3000 Pro might be a great option. Now, you guys heard me talk about the app, you guys, and everything. So I'm going to take a second. We're going to pop up the app. Now, the Jackery app is going to pop up, and you're going to have a home screen. You'll have to log in, of course. You're going to have access to all of the power stations that you have plugged into it. On the top, there's a plus symbol. If you really want to, click that plus symbol. Another page is going to come up, and you guys are going to see right there, it's going to say power stations or smart transfer switch. You hit the power station and you come to another screen where it's going to say, is it flashing? You'll hit the icon as flashing, and then it's going to pop up a device if it is actually shown. Once you're in there, you guys can go into the device, of course, just like this. You guys can see the battery charge and, of course, the temperature it's running at. You'll also be able to control the DC plug or AC plug. If I want to, I'll hit that AC plug. It's going to shut that flashlight off behind me. Turn it back on. It's going to take about 20 milliseconds to kick back on, and then the light will come on. That's all there is to it. If you want to, you can shut the screen off by the app and everything else in between. This is a phenomenally easy and accessible app that can be used by pretty much anybody. Even those that are not as technology savvy should be able to learn that app without a problem. So 3000 Pro, definitely a beautiful little station. Now, we also have two variations of the 300 Plus. Now, we have the 300 Plus by itself for $236, which is a great price point. Just the station by itself for $236. Or if you want, get the station and the Mini 40 solar panel for like $279. Sorry, what's up? What's up? Now, again, this is going to be that package, 11-pound package deal, right? Total weight, 11 pounds for the solar panel and, of course, the actual beautiful 300 plus. Now, the 300 plus is actually 288 watt hours of power in a package device of this size. Now, with it, one AC outlet that does 300 watts of pure sound wave power, but can peak at 600. You have two USB-C ports. One's a 100 watt port, the other is a 15 watt port, and then you have an 18 watt USB-A port and a 12 volt 10 amp plug. Now, like all these others, if I hold down that button, it's going to pop up that screen and it's going to come on after a few seconds. So you guys can see that nice high contrast of a screen. So you have that orange and white writing. With it, it has a handle that can actually fold up and move around for you. With this, though, it can actually be fully charged in about an hour and a half of charge time on a wall plug. Or with the Mini 40 solar panel, about 7.5 hours. That's all it's going to take. Now, with the full charge, though, you guys can actually run this and do a bunch of different stuff compared to your light bulbs and everything else in between. You guys can even run them. Let's go into this. I'm going to talk about some of the things that you can actually run off of this. Whether it be your 80-watt computer for 3 hours, your cell phones for 13 charges, your DSLR camera batteries for about 12 to 13 charges, or your drone battery 5 times. It can do all that. It can also run your Wi-Fi modem and router. It can run your TVs, your mini fridges, and all of those other in between. This is a cool little piece. But when you do it, you can add, of course, that Mini 40 solar panel and have a nice pairing to take pretty much anywhere. This is actually going to do well for you guys if you're in hiking, camping, and all of those other things. Nice and portable and a great package deal. $279 tonight. Actually, I think it's like $279 for it and the panel, $236 by itself. Can't go wrong with the 300 plus. Any questions about the 300 plus? Definitely ask. Now you'll notice that I kind of pushed through some of these off and on. We have an hour time slot. We do have some newer devices that we really want to take some time about. Now, we're going to show you guys the table. We're going to bounce down here, and we're going to show you guys the 600. Now, the 600 is actually all the way in the corner. It has the Mini 40 panel on it. It's a really, really phenomenal station. Now, this is the 600 Plus. The 600 Plus is a newer power station. Now, the 600 Plus by itself is $398 tonight, which is a great price point. 20% off. Here's where it's going to get cool. 632 watt hours of power in a device of this size. It is literally 16 pounds. Now you do have two AC outlets that's going to do 800 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 1600 if need. Now you will also again have the two USB-C ports. One's a 100 watt port, one's a 30 watt port. Great for all of your hungry power devices like your MacBooks or your cell phones. You have the USB-A 18 watt port, which is great for all of the other lower power devices on top of that. You also have that 12 volt 10 amp DC plug above it and the flashlight in the fix. Now with it, has Charge Shield 2.0 with a 1 hour charge rate for all of those of you that want to charge it at a quick charge rate. I love that quick charge rate of 1 hour with Charge Shield 2.0. You should be able to run a car mini fridge for about 6 hours or a laptop about 7 hours. Your cell phone about 27 times. It's got a good amount of power for those of you that want to do all of that on hand. Whether it be a 10 watt speaker for 36 hours or of course that beautiful 520 watt refrigerator for an hour's runtime. Your 45 watt tower fan, about 10 hours of runtime. This is an amazing piece. $398 is your price point for the 600 Plus by itself. Now, they have an option of the 600 Plus with solar panel for $598. Now, this solar panel is the only variant that comes with it. So, the 600 Plus comes with its own 100 watt solar panel. This 100 watt solar panel is a bifacial design. It is a trifold piece. Of course, has these nice little buttons that are actually folded together, has handles, has kickstands, trifold design, bifacial. What does bifacial mean? It means both sides grab lighting. You have a black side and you have a blue side. Now, like I said, tri-fold design. This is a large panel. And you know what? You guys can't see it, can you? Can no one see this? Let's see. Let's click the camera one more time. Now the camera took over. Let's do this again, right? So, bifacial, large panel, trifold design, right? Has, of course, these little clasps that hold it shut and handles. 2 kickstands. And, of course, when you pop it open, you're going to be greeted, like I said, with a large panel. Now, it is so large, it's going to be hard to fully fit in the screen for you guys. So that's what we're going to attempt to kind of do. So that is, of course, the blue side. Flip it over, and you guys are going to have the black side. This is going to be the side you're pointing towards the sun more. The back side will just reflect light off the ground back into it, which is kind of cool. So, really cool little piece. This is actually really amazing. This panel is the only panel that comes with the 600 plus kit. This is a special panel for that kit. This is the 100 watt panel that they made for this kit, which is kind of cool. I love this one, the way it's designed and everything. So, really cool. Great little price point, guys. $598 if you need a solar station with a solar panel like this. 600 plus got you covered. Hey, thanks, Phil. Yeah, for some reason my my Stream Deck quit working. Every time I hit my Stream Deck, it is not working tonight, so it's not switching stuff properly. So I think we're moving into modular systems, the 1000 plus. Now we have the 1000 plus in a few different varieties. First and foremost, we have the 1000 plus power station by itself for like $645 tonight, right? Which is a great price point for the station by itself. If I move over here and I click this, you guys are going to see the 1000 plus system over here. Now I'm going to drop this down. We're going to zoom on in, and you guys are going to see that is the 1000 plus. It is 1264 watt hours of power by itself for $645. Now we also have the 1000 plus with solar panel kit for $929. That's going to be 2 of the 100 watt Solar Saga solar panels. That's a great kit of the sort. So you're again going to get the 1264 watt hours of power in the station by itself. If you want the station by itself, $645.99. But we also have it in the carousel with solar panels for $929. Now, with that, of course, you get 3 AC outlets that are going to do, of course, an amazing 2,000 watts of pure sine wave power. With the station, you have 2 USB-C ports that are going to do 100 watts max charging capability and 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max charging capability. 1264 watt hours of power means you guys can run 1150 watt window AC for a little over an hour time. It is a phenomenal piece by itself for $645 or with solar panels for $929, but why not get the full kit? Now the 1000 kit is going to be it, the battery above it, and those 2 solar panels. By adding that battery, you guys just jump to 2,528 watt hours of power. Cool thing about the 1000 plus is you can actually run 3 batteries off of this. When you have over 3 batteries, you have over 5 kilowatts of hour power. The moment you jumped over that 3,000 watts of power, you actually might qualify. You got to reach out to your utility company, ask about the green energy tax credit program, and see if you qualify for that 30% tax credit, which is actually kind of cool. Now, phenomenal piece. Nice and perfectly set. Very modular. Like I said, we have 3 different variations in the carousel for you tonight. We have the station by itself. We have the station with solar panels. Or the station with the actual battery and solar panels. That is actually a 33% savings tonight for $1,399. The battery, the station, and those solar panels. When running this devices, though, you should be able to run, let's say, a coffee maker, refrigerators, weed eaters, electric cookers, your fridges, your TVs, your decorations. Whatever you could think of can and will be able to be ran off of this. Even your portable ACs, your projectors, your blenders, coffee machines, cameras. Cameras are going to be about 53 batteries by itself. So it's a really, really phenomenal idea to be able to have all of these pieces by itself with solar panels or with the extra batteries. I love it. So any questions about the 1000 plus kit, please ask. Now, the one thing I may not have said about the 1000 plus kit is it still works with that app. So you're actually perfectly set for you. I think we're at the 2000 plus system time. So we're going to move back down to this beautiful little table down here. Now, that is the 2000 plus system. The 2000 plus is a modular system. It looks like the 3000 Pro. It is a 64-pound package. Now, just like the 3000 Pro, it has two large 3-inch wheels and a telescopic aluminum handle to allow you to tip it and roll it around just like a suitcase. Now, that is what it's going to look like when you're rolling it around. And then you also see on that picture that there is actually two little handles that's going to allow you to lift it and pick it up. This is where it's kind of cool because the 2000 plus system actually packs a nice little wallet. It's actually 2042 watt hours of power, has 5 AC outlets. 4 of those are your standard 3-prong. The 5th is the NEMA style. It is going to do 3000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 6000 for you. You have 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports, and of course the 12 volt 10 amp plug. Now, it will take you 2 hours to fully charge this device on a wall plug if you want to charge it that way. Now, runtime, of course, is going to vary on the devices that you plug into it. Whether it be the 1150 watt window AC for under 2 hours or that 200 watt desktop PC for 12 hours. For the people that need a CPAP machine, about 150 hours of runtime, or if you guys need to run a microwave, about an hour and a half, depending on what type of microwave you're using. For the welding machine that runs about 5800 watts, about a half hour runtime, or that 60 watt electric water pump for over 20 hours. This will be perfect for off the grid living or of course in your motorhome, toy haulers, or all around the house. For the device tonight, it is about $1,299, which is a great price point by itself, but you can also get it with, of course, 2 of the 200 watt Solar Saga solar panels. Now, if you want the 2000 plus system and those 2 solar panels, it is $1,899. That is a 42% savings. And because you're over the $1,500 price point, you can use that 5% code and save another 5% off of it. Now, we also have the full 4000 kit. Now, the full 4000 kit is going to be the battery sitting above it, and those 2 solar panels. Now, by adding that battery, you have over 4,085 watt hours of power now. The 2000 plus is actually so cool that you can add 5 batteries total, and at 5 batteries, you have over 12 kilowatts of hour power. What? Yeah, you heard me right. 12 kilowatts of hour power. That should give you enough power to run your house all night and then some. If you want to, though, you guys can parallel this 2000 plus with another 2000 plus, add 10 batteries total to have 24 kilowatts of hour power. Now, it is an amazing product with a lot of power and a great little package. For the full kit is about $2,600 tonight. That's a 48% savings, but also use that 5% code to save another 5% off of that. So if you guys need the 2000 plus, is definitely worth checking out. Now this is where I've been wanting to get into, and this is where we're going to talk about a little more. So we actually have this beautiful, beautiful power station down here on the ground. Now with this power station, I can actually pop in. Oh, you know what? It looks like the camera got a little whacked out of resetness, so we're going to move on in. That's actually a little far. So this is what's called the 5000 plus. This is a brand new product. This product actually dropped today. So it was in pre-purchase for the last week or so. It is now readily available for delivery. Now the 5000 plus is 5040 watt hours of power in a 132 pound package. Now, with it though, you're going to be able to do quite a bit of stuff. First and foremost, you have 4 of those beautiful AC outlets on the front that's going to do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power for you, but can peak at 14,400 watts of power. On the side, you're going to be greeted with 2 NEMA plugs and an AC output port. On the front, you're going to get 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max and 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max as well. Now, with this, though, you guys can use it with a smart transfer switch, or you guys can use it with some other technologies. First and foremost, you guys can use it with what's called an ATS accessory, or you guys can use it via inlet box as well, or a manual transfer switch. This actually works with what's called the NEMA L14-30 or the NEMA 14-50 adapter. Now with it, it has 2 large 3-inch wheels and 2 casters on the front. The casters on the front actually lock itself in place. Now it does have aluminum handle. The aluminum handle, of course, is in the back of this. Now I'm going to attempt to kind of show you guys my ugly legs, but show you the handle back here, of course, with this. It has 2 large orange wheels that can actually roll it around. Now on the side, this is where you're going to find, of course, the NEMA plugs with this on hand with that. Now I know it's a little bit hard. I do have a bunch of stuff plugged into this tonight. First and foremost, the wireless camera that I'm actually running is plugged into this and powering it. So I'm using this as the battery source for that wireless camera. I don't technically need it with that camera, but I am doing that. You're also going to see a couple of USB-C cables as well. That's running a bunch of Keystone lights tonight. Now with this, you have that nice large screen. It's going to show you guys about 92% battery. Plus, it's going to show you guys 22 watts of output. That still says 99 hours of runtime for you. This is an amazing piece of technology. We're going to go into a bunch of different stuff with this. First and foremost, by itself, guys, it's $3,499. That is a great price point for those of you that want it by itself. Now, if you want it with, of course, the solar panel. Now, the new solar panel is what's called the 500X or 500 watt solar panel. This is going to be a 6-panel piece that's going to do 85 watts per panel. That's a great charge. It is a bifacial design. Now, if I come over here to the product page, you can kind of see the kit right here. Now, this kit's going to be, like I said, $4,299. This is their newest solar panel and station for you. Now, it is a phenomenal product. Just right there on hand. Now, 5,040 watt hours of power, it can actually run quite a bit of different things. It's going to just vary from device to device to device. This would be great for your aquariums, computers, data centers. It will allow them to remain powered. Now, I want to talk about a function that they added to this kit. So with the 5,000, they said, hey, let's add a 0 milliseconds of UPS switchover. That means when your power on your wall loses, your computer will not shut off. It will stay powered up because it's used as a UPS battery for this. Now, like I said, the station by itself is about $3,499. The station with, of course, the solar panel is $4,299. Now, the station with the solar panel is in early release. That will actually release November 30th. So if you guys want that kit, definitely check that out, and then you guys can actually get that one. Now, here's where it's kind of cool. Hey, Travel Diva, how are you doing? Let's go back over here to this. We're going to talk about the big kit for this, though. Now, we have what's called the Jackery Solar Generator 5000 Plus Power Station with 2 of the 500 watt solar panels and the smart transfer switch. Now, the smart transfer switch is actually electronic controlled, so you can run it from the app just like the device itself. Doing pretty good. Got a little cough, but hey, we're gonna get through that. Don't worry about it. Popped into the wrong thing. Went to the wrong page. Just ignore me right now. Now, we're going to pop over and show you guys the page for this full package. This should be what we're looking at. So this is the full package that I wanted to show you guys. This is a $6,000 package, right? So you're going to get this beautiful little power station in the middle. you're going to get, of course, the 2 solar panels back here and this transfer switch. This is going to allow you to transfer and run off of your home electric. That's where it's kind of cool. You do need, of course, an electrician to wire that up for you. Now with this, still, again, 5,040 watt hours of power. Has the 4 AC outlets that do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 14,400. Now, where it gets kind of cool is because this will allow you to connect up batteries. You can connect up to 30 kilowatts of hour power. By itself, you should be able to run your house for about a day. With the 30 kilowatts of hour power, you should be able to run your house for at least 7+ days. Now, they thought about it and said, hey, why not allow us to pair it up with the second 5,000 and run, of course, even more batteries, and you guys can do 60 kilowatts of hour power. That is a crazy amount of power. That's going to allow you to run your washer machines off of this with that 240 plug on the side. It's going to allow you to run pretty much whatever you could want. Your house, your shops, your toy haulers, whatever you could think of. The 5,000 plus is there for you. Now, I love that they thought about it and said, hey, let's change up the market. Let's do something that we haven't done yet. That 0 milliseconds of switchover is just that. Now, not only is it that, but you have the size of a device that can and will allow you to run your full house. It is a lot of power, I agree. Now, we had different variations of the carousel, guys. By itself, $3,499. You can purchase it today, and it'll be delivered soon. If you want it with the solar panel, of course, it's got a release date. Same with it and, of course, the rest of the devices. So a bunch of very, very phenomenal things for you with the 5,000. And, of course, running the devices, the sky's the limit because, let's be honest, it's a big piece, so you can run pretty much whatever you could think of. It's just going to have different run times. Now, if you want, they also sell the manual transfer switch. This is the max 60 kilowatts. This will allow you to do 14,400 watts of home backup power with this one, right? Now, with it, of course, right there, the manual smart transfer switch is about $16.99 by itself. Can purchase it today if you need without a problem, and that's kind of cool. So it's going to allow you to do that, connect it up, and just run everything with this on hand. You don't have to have a problem. And, of course, inside that manual transfer switch, you guys got the breakers. You guys can set up the fuses and everything in between with it. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal product on hand. Now, we are also going to show you guys the 500-watt solar panel. Now, the 500-watt solar panel is actually a $1,000 price tag. Now, with that, that is this bifacial design that's going to do 25% efficiency in converting light into power. It is an IP68 rating. That means it can be used out in the rain, the sun, whatever you really want. Don't worry about it. It can actually do it. Now, it is, of course, that bifacial design right there, and you guys can see right here, 6 independent solar panels. You guys can build your own solar power station with these panels. It's going to allow you to do that. You can pick and choose however you want to do with those solar panels. Now, I do not have this solar panel yet. I believe we are going to be having it sent to me so we can be showing it to you at a certain point in time. So if you need that new 500-watt solar panel, Jackery's got you covered, guys, at a $1,000 price point, which is a great deal. So with that, we got a few more solar panels to show you guys tonight before we end this show. First and foremost, we're going to talk about the Mini 40. We showed you guys it a couple times. This is fully waterproof, water resistant. This is actually 23% off tonight. It's like $99. 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, ½ inch thick. This is a really cool little piece. Now with it, you guys can pop it open. You guys can, of course, move this, and it's a nice little size. This is literally a book of look, it's like the size of a notebook. Size of a 3-ring binder, right? This can fit in your backpack. This will be great for hiking, camping, pretty much whatever you want. This is a phenomenal little product that would work great with like the 500 all the way down to the 100 plus. Perfectly companioned and very well done. Monocrystalline solar cells. That's going to grab a good 23% efficiency in converting light for you guys. And a portable little package at $99. This is phenomenal. Now remember, guys, we've got a bunch of different codes and deals for you guys tonight. The 1000 V2, of course, is on sale. The 1000 V2 and solar panel. Also, the 2000 V2 code. And, of course, that 5% discount code of anything over $1,500. Any questions before we move on, everybody? While we're waiting for that, yeah, that 5,000 plus. Let's be honest. Let's go back. That thing is a beautiful, beautiful piece. I love that they just built this. This thing is going to be very, very, very phenomenally, and I think it's going to take over the market. Because of the expandability of this one and the amount of plugs and the different style devices that you could run off of this, they did very, very well by creating this. Now, I talk about it in what I'm going to attempt to do. So, guys, bear with me. Hopefully, we don't lose the camera. I'm going to unplug these plugs right now. We shouldn't lose the camera. We're going to switch and we're going to turn this around. So on this opposite side, you're going to see the wall plug. You're going to see the battery adapter cable. Now, the one thing we didn't talk about is under this little panel. In this panel, you have high power and low power solar panel connections. So the low power is going to be the opposite side, which is going to be the 80-20 plugs. The high power is going to be like your bigger solar array styles. Now, you also have this big green, of course, switch. The switch is going to take a little bit to switch over, and you're only going to click that on if you're going to use high pass solar panel. You'll click it back, and then you're good to go. Now, it does have the large handles, has the nice large wheels, of course, with this. Now, on the opposite side, I'm going to turn it around. You guys can see this. You have the 240 and 120 plug, your NEMA L14-30. You also have, of course, your other 240, and of course, you have your switch control. This is your AC extension port. Down below, you're going to have your AC output resets, just in case they trip. So they added a lot to this. And now, some of the others don't have that 240 plugs. The 240 plugs will allow for 120 and 240 wattage, so you're good to go with that. So that is, like I said, the 5000. That thing is a beast. It is so amazingly well done that they did perfectly well. Now, remember, guys, it released today. You guys can get the station. If you guys want to pre-sale, you guys can get it with the solar panels. If you guys want to get it with the manual transfer switch, you guys can do that as well. They have all of the varieties and variants with that. It will work with the NEMA L14-30, the NEMA 14-50 plugs. So you guys can also use what's called the ATS accessory. You can also use the whole house load via inlet box, or of course you guys can use the manual transfer switch. You will need an electrician to wire that stuff up for you, though, unless you are an electrician. Dual side handles, telescopic handle, of course. 132 pounds, though. It is actually pretty heavy. By itself, you guys can run a house off a single unit. If you have 30 kilowatts of power, about 3 to 4 days or more, 60 kilowatts power a week or so of runtime. It's got the power and the runnability that most people don't realize they need until they really need it. So that's your variations. Now, we also have the 100-watt Solar Saga in there, guys. We've showed you guys that before. It's like a $209 solar panel that's going to work with the anywhere from the 100 plus all the way up to like the 1500s as well. I believe the 100 Prime is actually sold out, so we're going to skip that one. But we will show you guys the 200-watt Solar Saga solar panel before we go. Now, the 200-watt Solar Saga solar panel, I actually did a video for you guys, and you guys can see this. This is their 200-watt Solar Saga, an IP68 rating. Does have an ETFE laminated case and handle. Of course, it is a clasp and zippered case that's going to allow you to pull it out. This device does weigh about 21 pounds, though. With it, it is a trifold design with quad panels, so you have 4 panels. You have 3 kickstands. It should be able to set up in under 30 seconds without a problem. Now, with the solar panel, you're going to get about 24.3% conversion of low light settings. In higher light settings, of course, it's going to convert that light even quicker with you. Now, you're going to get about 200 watts of power out of this one. 200 watts at 18 volts. You guys are going to see me fold this out, of course. Once I plug it in, you're going to see it pop in and start charging at about 153 watts of power. Now, if you set the solar panel up in a brighter area where it's going to get direct sunlight, I have a building that's in front of me, you're going to get a lot more light and charge. I'm getting 153 watts instantly from plugging it in. And I mean, literally from the time I plug it in to grabbing the camera is less than 10 seconds. In that time, it's already grabbing 153 watts of charge rate with that. That's actually phenomenal. This is going to do very, very well. It is fully waterproof, water resistant. It does come with a 9.5 foot cable. I always recommend getting the extender cable though with that. Get the 16.5 foot extender cable to get the station up out of the way. That simple, that easy. Bunch of amazing pieces. And now this is normally like a $700 price tag. It's $474 tonight. This will work well with pretty much any station that you really want on that list. So definitely check it out right there. Very cool little piece and beautiful. Now you're going to see here, I'm going to come up to the solar panel. We're going to look at the back side. You're going to see the 3 kickstands and where that cable plugs in. That's it. That's all it takes to run that. That is an amazing, amazing cable. Now remember guys, we have a bunch of discounts. We also have that guarantee. If you guys purchase a product today and that product actually drops in price later on, you can actually get a refund of that difference in the price. So you can apply for a refund in the difference. Jackery is guaranteeing that from, I believe, November 6th all the way to December 2nd. I think it is. Is it December 2nd or December 8th, Lois? So they are guaranteeing these prices, guys, so don't worry about it. They have that price guarantee for you guys on purpose because, let's be honest, you purchase a product right now during these shows and then it comes on sale a little later and you're like, kicking yourself, you could have got it a little cheaper. They don't want you to kick yourself. They want you to be very happy with that purchase and not have to worry about it. So they're doing that for you guys. Now, also, we have all those beautiful discount codes that's going to, guys, save you a bunch of money on a bunch of different products. Why not check it out? You can't go wrong with that. Can't. Now, what I can also say is, guys, we're back here Monday night. You guys are going to see us back here, I believe, on Monday night for another show. Monday the 18th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We're also going to be back here, I believe, November the 20th on. So you guys are going to probably see us from like November 20th on till like December 2nd. We're going to have multiple shows, multiple days throughout those shows, and we're going to actually go longer periods of time while doing this. So really kind of cool. There is your price protection policy, guys. So do check that out. Don't feel like you guys can't purchase this today, because if you purchase it today, your price is guaranteed for tomorrow. So any other questions, guys? I don't see any questions. Travel Diva, hopefully you're having a great, great time. Thank you for popping in. Phil, of course, thank you. I know a lot of you guys are watching the fights right now, so I do know some people are not in here right now. It's actually a pretty big, phenomenal fight that's going on, I guess. All right, guys, with that, that is our end of our show tonight. I want to thank you all for being here. Always hit that follow button, hit the live notification. We will be back here Monday night, same time, same Jackery channel. I want to thank you guys for being here. We'll see you guys on the next show. Have a great evening, everybody.